Professor X.
This Professor X looked like he shot up Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters. And his opponent, the Chief from Doom Patrol. Alright, who's going first?
I am.
Alright, let's roast.
You guys know at the end of this battle, there's only going to be one of us standing or in a wheelchair. Just want you to remember, there's going to be a few wheelchair jokes, and by a few, I mean many. And that's okay, because we're both disabled, okay? But then I want you to remember that Professor X has been disabled and healed and has walked countless times in the books, just injures himself again. At this point, he's just doing it for the parking spot.
The Chief, apparently that's what he calls himself, runs Doom Patrol? What the fuck do you need for that? A sweet gaming rig and a bong? Get a job.
This man had the hubris to literally name a team of people after him. The X in the X-Men stands for the X in Xavier. My name is the Chief, so my men would be called my Seamen. And they would still all have more mobility than the both of us.
I Googled you with my mind. I looked up the character that plays you on your bad TV show. It just said, not Brendan Fraser.
Professor X once used his mental powers to break a woman out of a catatonic coma, and then the two fell in love. The only woman that liked him had to have a brain injury to do it, and he still had to manipulate her mind to get it to happen.
That's a clean hit.
Right? I thought so. That's what she said. Sorry, I'm not supposed to be able to walk. My bad.
The Chief is an electrical engineer, apparently. So he can solve the mystery of the VCR with the blinking 12 on it. It's absurd that you're an electrical engineer. You look like you should be trying to charge a Chromebook at a McDonald's.
This man has the most powerful telepathic brain in the X-Men universe, and he still wasn't able to change a woman's mind about him. You should have just given her Indian parents instead. They'd never let her leave the man with 3 doctorates. I hope somebody's recording this shit.
The character of the Chief was born in 1881, and I gotta say, for your age, you look terrible. Although, in your defense, you did go through the 80s twice.
Professor X's fatal flaw is his arrogance, which is kind of like saying he would have been a good person if he just wasn't not a good person. You know what I mean? Like, but you understand why his fatal flaw is his arrogance. Like, it has to be because he can talk the talk, but he cannot walk the walk.
Researching for tonight, I could not find any friends who read Doom Patrol. And I'm a comedian. So I know a lot of troubleheads.
On countless occasions, Professor X has altered people's realities without their consent. This man is such a symbol of the patriarchy, even the device he made is called Cerebro.
You have no superpowers. Zero. I got a cousin who can yo-yo pretty good. She has more powers than you.
Professor X will forever be proof that disabled people can also be douchebags. He has a nasty habit of not being able to deal with his own flaws, and then instead of working on himself, he will just like erase and modify history and change it to suit himself. If this was real life, his name would be J.K. Rowling.
Chief's real name is Niles Calder. Hey Niles, where's Frasier? That's right, I'm going for the throat. I have a couple more.
Couple more? Two more?
Sure.
We'll do two more. So Magneto is often compared to Malcolm X because of some of his beliefs, and Professor X is usually compared to the late Reverend Martin Luther King because he believed in peace and assimilation. Except Professor X also created a sentient being and then enslaved him. That'd be like if Dr. King was like, free us from slavery, and then when people said no, he was like, all right, just free me then. I'm not a douchebag, I don't care about anybody else, just my own freedom.
The Chief has a genius level intellect, as you can see, which means statistically he's likely to be unemployed and have a drinking problem. But he dodged that. He's not that interesting. If you're so fucking smart, how come you're not me? Do you need a bookmark?
See, how do you have telepathy so powerful that you can use your brain to manipulate the mind of anyone in the world, but you couldn't use it to make your own legs work? Like your fatal flaw is your arrogance, and the thing is like if you've been disabled and able this many times, like imagine feeling bad for like a homeless person after realizing they had like 19 mansions that they then gave away. You know? Like, for all your morality half the time, you don't have legs to stand on.
Doom Patrol? More like Dumb Patrol.